Good morning, Friday, March 3rd. Very soggy. It's been raining since late last night. Rain will continue throughout the rest of the day. We closed the golf course today. I don't think anyone was going to come out anyways. There was a little break in the action, so I came out to try to snag this video. It's getting colder and windy by the minute. Tonight's low is going to be 29 or so a really cold start to tomorrow. The weekend's going to warm up a little bit, but we are very saturated. Lots of standing water and on greens, fairways, tees. That'll continue. It'll drain slowly, but tomorrow's going to be less than desirable, I would assume. Maybe a little better Sunday because of the temperature. So we saw this weather forecast coming all the way from Monday, so we made sure we made an action-packed 4-day week. Golf course maintenance crew really put in the work for the 4 days. Monday we added quite a bit of sand out on the golf course to multiple bunkers. On Tuesday we mowed greens, really cleaned them up. I did a first chemical application to the greens Tuesday as well. Main hit on that was a little fertilizer to try to green them up, and then a product to try to prevent seed heads from forming in our Poania species, little clumps of Poania on the greens. We kept moving with topsoil, filling stumps. The battle against stumps continue. And then brought in more topsoil and did the final grade on 11 blue and black tee. Capped that all off with a lot of sod. We had 8 pallets of sod. Each pallet's got 70 yards on it, so you do the math. Quite a bit of sod work. Out on stumps, 11 tee surround. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get any zoysia sod just yet. The zoysia is still too wet, waterlogged. Was unable to get zoysia. Otherwise, we would have finished that tee on 11, which would have been great. But the finish grade is there, so as soon as it dries out and they're able to cut zoysia, we'll get that sodded. So pretty much wrapped up there. Obviously, last week, the boulder wall in number 1 was started on and completed this week. I'll take a look up there and conclusion of this video. But just so much work had got done. I mean, unbelievable work by the team. We had some of our returning employees come back this week. We have more coming back next week, including Jenny. She'll start getting the flower beds prepped and ready for spring. So we're ready to start going full speed ahead. We are in need of some employees still. So if you've got some kids or know some people, I mean, we'll take high schoolers if they just want to be weekend warriors for the time being and work weekends, then we'll get them started in the summer. We're very flexible, so we are hiring. Send anyone that wants to learn about groundskeeping and taking care of a golf course my way, please. So we also threw out 300 pounds of grass seed. Was using a slit seeder on the tractor and doing some extra seeding this spring. I hadn't done that in the past, but really wanted to give that a try this spring. Try to increase the amount of density we have in the roughs, especially with all the trees we knocked out. Had to incorporate some new seed in those areas. So a lot of work completed. Employees coming back. Feels like the season's here. Going to be a little colder. It's back and forth, the seesaw between winter and spring. We do have greens aerification scheduled for next Sunday and Monday, weather pending. We've got a backup date of the following weekend and a final backup date first week of April, but we want to knock that process out as soon as possible so the greens can recover and we can have some premium playing conditions early in the spring. That's the goal here. So that's kind of about all I have. I just want to, in conclusion here, come up to this boulder wall really quick. There's been a lot of questions regarding the final product. So just want to kind of do an overview really quick. Rain's starting to pick back up now. Once again, it's a little windy, so hopefully that doesn't interfere with the video too much. So here we are at the Blue Tee, looking at our, what I think is a really neat boulder wall. It's not a cookie cutter straight wall like you see most places. We're trying to do more of a natural look here, something a little different. So across the entire top end, closest to the practice green, there's going to be bushes and small trees and a landscape to make a wall that will pretty much block out the practice green for the most part, which was the plan in the first place, to replace the fence but also provide some safety for the members up there. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't ignore the fact that there's golfers up on the tee box. If you're on the practice green practicing, you should probably be aware at all times where the golfers are and who's teeing off. So we sodded this lower area just because we knew the rain was coming and we wanted to get that topsoil covered so we didn't make a mess. Eventually, either soon or a month or whenever, we'll probably incorporate some small plantings, some small mulched areas where we can produce some color and really make it pop. But this is what we're going to call the starter package, and I'm really proud of it so far. It takes a little creativity to think and see the end product. Rain's coming down good now. Just like Caddyshack, I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for some time. But really long video because we did a lot of work in the last 4 days and a lot of projects going on. Continuing on stumps next week. We'll start cleaning up the golf course, sweet gumballs, and all the branches, sticks, and debris from the high winds this week. Markers will be going back to their normal locations, and we'll be prepared for the season. So enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Sorry for the long video. If you make it to the end, you're a trooper, and I appreciate your support. Thank you. Bye-bye.